So, Assassin, was the Count's information worth all the trouble he put us through? The Black Dragon is one of the Order. That puts everything that she's done to us in a new perspective. What else did you uncover? The Grand Sermonizer, the Chanters, now an army of religious warriors. It seems the priests of Akatosh have declared war against the Dark Brotherhood. Were you able to learn anything else about the Black Dragon? So the Count was using the ruins of Dossack Moor to spy on the Order of the Hour? Now if we only had some idea as to who's inside the Black Dragon's armor. One of our brothers and sisters? I don't recognize the name, but there are other sanctuaries. Why would our sister hunt us? And why work for the Order of the Hour? Where's Mirabelle? I need her to do some digging. You encountered the Black Dragon? And you survived? But Mirabelle, why was she even there? I knew her recklessness was going to get her killed. And now we face a greater threat. For all that you've learned, there's still so much we don't know. Well, that's something at least. I just wish we hadn't lost another sister along the way. That's enough for now, Assassin. Speaker Tyrannus and I have much to discuss. The Black Dragon has struck again. Mirabelle is dead.
This happened during the Assassin's mission. Did we learn anything? Or did Mirabelle die in vain?
We learned that the Black Dragon is the first sword of the Order of the Hour. We recovered her journal and discovered her true name, Lyra.
Lyra. Allow me to study the journal, and its secrets will be revealed.
I can't think of anyone better for the task, brother.
I'll dig into the Black Dragon's journal immediately.
See that you do.
Green Venom Tongue studies that journal with deadly intensity. But he hasn't shared any of his findings with me. I trust him, but I can also tell when he's plotting something. Keep an eye on him for me, Assassin.
The litany has begun.
take a load off. You look like you've been working yourself to the bone.
I wonder, Assassin, do you have a moment to consider a request? That journal you recovered, the contents are disturbingly intriguing. You reported that my old associate, Lyra Viria, is the Black Dragon. The journal, however, claims the Black Dragon killed Lyra. I need to determine the truth of this matter. Lyra was the most skilled of my brothers and sisters. I assumed she died in the purification of my former sanctuary, along with the rest of my old family. If the Black Dragon killed Lyra, why does she use her name? Curiouser and curiouser. I want to pretend I never read that journal, but I can't resist a mystery. The Black Dragon killed Lyra and destroyed my former sanctuary. Or Lyra is the Black Dragon. Either way, I need to know the truth. Will you come with me, Assassin? I'll arrange our transport to my former sanctuary. Meet me near the gates of Anvil when you are ready to depart. And thank you for agreeing to help me. Not far. Just over the border into Black Marsh, as a matter of fact. I haven't been back there in many years. I wonder what we'll find when we finally get there. Purification. That's what they called it. I suppose the term is accurate. Betrayal and corruption festered in our ranks, though I'm not sure what the source was or why it happened. The Black Hand decreed a systematic cleansing was the solution. Another excellent question. I'm going to record that for later. But as for the answer, I was working deep in Black Marsh during that season. Whatever the rest of my sanctuary did to anger the Black Hand, it was obvious that I had no part in it. Perhaps the Black Dragon took Lyra's name as some sort of trophy, or maybe she adopted it to confuse us. Regardless, I thought Lyra perished along with the rest of my brothers and sisters. I thought I alone had been spared. I'm not sure what to believe, but the Black Dragon certainly implies that in her journal. Whatever the case, only a master assassin could accomplish something as far-reaching as purification. The Black Dragon's skills clearly mark her as such. I abhor a mystery. If I have to confront my past to shed light on the present, then so be it. At least I won't be alone. With you by my side, I am sure I can face whatever secret the purified sanctuary may contain. As much as I admire curiosity, sometimes your questions can be somewhat irritating. The matron asked me to research the journal and give her a report. My research requires that we visit my former sanctuary. All in the line of duty, as it were. Should I go and tell Astara that I am taking her best recruit to a place the Dark Brotherhood destroyed and abandoned, so that we can uncover the truth of the Black Dragon? I'd say no. Let's not do that. She'll hear about it soon enough, anyway. Not far. Just over the border into Black Marsh, as a matter of... This horse and cart will get us to Blackwood, where Cyrodiil flows into Black Marsh. Climb aboard when you are ready. We can wait if you still have things to do before we depart. You ask the most interesting questions. Let me jot that down. After we get to Blackwood, Shazara Ta will take us up the river to Sanctuary. Don't worry, Shazara Ta's an excellent boat handler. She knows those rivers like the tip of her tail. She's a Black Marsh tracker who I've had the pleasure to work with in the past. We can trust her implicitly. Besides, she has the most enticing fascination with all things shadow scale. You'd think I would find that annoying, but not in the least.
Of little use is horse and cart once we reach borders of the marsh. From there, we ride a riverboat to Sacred Place. The flow of the waterways, like swimming in my hatching pool or tracking a guar through mud. You worry not.
Good to see you again. Tell that little Nord of yours that she should come by and say hello when she gets a chance.
I haven't walked these marshes in a long, long time. Strange, but it doesn't feel like coming home. I never was able to learn much about the purification. Even the listener refused to talk about it. She did say that the Black Hand can call for purification in extreme circumstances. I just wish I knew what made the purge necessary. This time, though, I think we'll learn something I never knew. At least, I hope we will. Here we are. Keep your eyes open. The sanctuary may be abandoned, but such places never stay quiet for long. Let us go inside. Ah, the black door. Still intact after all these years. No worries. I'll remember the proper reply.
What is the gift of death?
Solace, my brother.
Welcome home.
Have you ever seen as the Hist sees? Have you ever looked beyond the barrier of time? We're going to need to see with more than our eyes to find the truth in this place. Another excellent question. Keep them coming, assassin. I believe in preparing for every contingency, so I brought along this resin. When burned, its fumes reveal things that are hidden from our feeble eyes. Can't you sense it? We are not alone in here. I'll need you to deal with anything that tries to stop us, while I keep the flame burning. Didn't I explain that already? Let me check my notes. Interesting. The sanctuary was abandoned by the living, yes. But it still holds many dark secrets. Secrets even the resin may not reveal. We should be on our guard. Then let me light the flame. Breathe deep and let the resin open your eyes. It might be uncomfortable, but I urge you not to resist. The effects should be temporary in all likelihood. Let the fumes lead us to the answers we seek. When the Black Hand sealed the sanctuary, I had no idea they left the bodies where they fell. Let's see what the resin
Lyra? Is something wrong, sister?
I'm sorry it's come to this, brother.
What are you doing? No, Lyra! Stop!
Lyra. another dead associate. Another piece of this sorry puzzle.
Wait, Lyra, you know me. I'd never betray the Brotherhood.
I do know you, Annalise, but my orders are clear.
Please, there has to be another way.
If only that were true. Goodbye, sister.
Clarity blooms through the fog of the East, but to be charged with such a terrible task.
What? Are those tears? Executioners aren't supposed to cry, Lyra. Come, plunge your blade into my heart. If Sithis calls for me, I will gladly leap into the void. When we are called, we must obey.
You really believe that? Even now, you think this insanity has some sort of meaning?
Purpose and meaning are illusions for the masses. But we know the truth, Lyra. Now strike and send me home.
In the old stories, the wrath of Sithis appeared to carry away the souls of traitors. If that's true, I wonder why purification was even necessary. Walking these halls reminds me of the story they used to tell in scary legends. The tale of the House of
Traitor! I'm not the one who betrayed my brothers and sisters.
The Black Hand would never sanction this. I don't believe it.
You don't need to believe it. You simply need to die!
She completed the purification of her own sanctuary. I can't even imagine what that must have done to her. How terrible. Lyra was ordered to purify her own sanctuary, to kill her own brothers and sisters. I never even imagined. It means I was kept in the dark about the purification. I understand why they thought that was necessary, but it doesn't change the fact that I had to learn the truth on my own. Lyra didn't die in the Purge. She was the Black Hand's sword. That still eludes me. Obviously, the Black Dragon wants us to believe that she and Lyra are one and the same. But I can't imagine Lyra turning her back on the Night Mother, on Sithis. There is a piece missing from this puzzle. I just know it. After Lyra completed the purification, she would have gone to the shrine of Sithis to make an offering and pray over her success. It was her usual ritual. Let's visit the shrine and see if any images remain of that moment in time.
Father, can you hear me? Do you see what they forced me to do? Was this truly your will? Did Mother really command this? I did as I was told, but it still feels wrong. Please, Dreadfather, talk to me. Were all these deaths truly what you wanted?
Allow me to assure you, child. You have done exactly as you were commanded.
Speaker. I didn't know you were here.
Another sacrament has been performed. You must go to the city of Kvatch and eliminate Jonas, the primate of Akatosh.
But Speaker, my family, I need time to...
Your family? Such personal attachments are beneath you. Remember who you really are. Ruthless, ambitious. You are my silencer, my weapon.
Yes, Speaker. I remember. I'll go to Kvatch immediately.
Well, wasn't that revealing? I might have to find other uses for these wonderful fumes. It appears that not only did Lyra complete the purification of our old sanctuary as she was commanded, but she also took on another contract when she was done. Before his grandness Artorius ascended to the top of the religious hierarchy, Primate Jonas was the tip of the tower as far as Akatosh's followers were concerned. There were rumors, but this proves that Jonas didn't succumb to natural causes. An excellent question. If the Black Dragon really is Lyra, I'll kill the traitor myself. Meet me in Kvatch, Assassin. I have a little resin remaining. With it, we might be able to determine what occurred during Lyra's final contract. Shazara Ta will return you to the Gold Coast. I'll meet you in front of Akatosh's cathedral in Kvatch, after I pay my respects to these memories.
the shadow scale wants to linger, I expected as much. Come, my boat sails to Gold Coast, if where you want to go, that is.
I hate being this far from Hrothgar and my clan's stronghold. But there are more opportunities for a good stable master here on the Gold Coast. At least, that's what everybody keeps telling me.
Bah! To seven, got
You want to go tough, jerk face?
Can't you see I'm busy?
Akatosh bless you, outsider. What brings you to our humble town? I won't listen to the lies of a Daedra worshipper. I'll summon the Grand Chanter. He'll deal with you.
Lord Akatosh, the dragon god of time, brings fire in the cold of night and light in the depths of darkness. There's room for you in the Society of the Dragon. All you have to do is say the word. You dare shout that Daedric filth's name? Heretic!
The Grand Sermonizer, called home to Akatosh before her time. Do not despair. Akatosh watches over us always. Lift your weary head and give praise. How dare you utter such blasphemy in this holy city? The Grand Chanter shall hear of this.
Akatosh and his primate will
May Akatosh and the Divine smile upon you this day and all the days to come. If you're interested, I can tell you all about the Society of the Dragon.
We just have to have faith, my friends.
That's enough blasphemy out of you for one day. The Grand Chanter wants to have a word with you.
The Grand Sermonizer, called home to Akatosh before her time.
Your foul words have consequences, heretic. The Grand Chanter has ordered you to appear before him. Problem? Yes, there is a problem. You're preaching Boethiah's lies to the faithful initiates of the Society of the Dragon. The Grand Chanter won't stand for that, and neither will I. He orders you to appear before him in the Chamber of Penance. The Grand Chanter fears nothing, least of all a pathetic Daedra who pales in comparison to the mighty Dragon God. Now go see the Grand Chanter and face your judgment, or I'll gut you here and now.
Lieutenant, how has this heretic transgressed against the Dragon God?
By spreading the word of Boethiah to the initiates.
There is only one punishment for blasphemy. Behead them.
What? Isn't that a little extreme?
You dare question the will of Akatosh?
It doesn't say anything about beheadings in the Book of Akatosh.
Silence, Initiate. Lieutenant, deliver Akatosh's justice.
Is this the life you hoped for, Jocelyn?
Larissa! I should have known. I'm leaving.
I like the sound of it. Time to go. I appreciate you not slaughtering everyone in there. A holy bloodbath wouldn't have served us any better than you getting your head chopped off. Unfortunately, Jocelyn is as slippery as I am. She snuck away before we had a chance to talk. Quite the opposite. Jocelyn fled with us, which means we gave her plenty to think about. I'd guess she's gone to one of the old Akatosh shrines along Varen's wall. Let's split up. If you find her first, politely ask her to wait for me to arrive. Remember, check the shrines along Varen's wall, and do try to keep the mayhem and slaughter to a minimum.
I can't explain it, but I have a feeling that this is the place. Perhaps a residual effect of breathing so much of the fumes. I've only enough resin left for a few more precious seconds, so let's hope I'm right about this location. Then breathe deep of the resin's fumes one last time. Let's see if we can learn the fate of my lost sister, Lyra.
Put away your weapon, child. We have much to discuss. You feel lost, without purpose. But the opposite is true. Everything has led you to me.
Oh, really? I just see another witness that needs to be silenced.
I performed the sacrament that brought you here. Not because Primate Jonas needed to die, but because the Dragon God wanted us to join forces.
Join forces? I don't understand.
You need to turn away from the void and step into the light. Join me, and together we'll walk the path to redemption.
Redemption? I'm a murderer. There's no redemption for someone like me.
Nonsense, child. Akatosh performs more impressive miracles than that all the time. We just need to turn your talents to the holy work of the Dragon God. Guards, become my champion. A sword of Akatosh. My black dragon that burns away evil's darkness.
Yes, I see it now. I pledge my blade and my life to you and to Akatosh. Show me the way.
The visions don't lie. The fumes confirmed my worst fears. Lyra abandoned the Dark Brotherhood and became the Black Dragon. She betrayed us all. Lyra Viria died the day the Black Dragon was born, just as the journal said. My friend is gone. All that remains is another enemy of the Dark Brotherhood, an enemy that will die by my hand. And that's the information we need to convey to Astara. Servant and Master both need to be dropped into the void for daring to strike against us. Let's return to the Sanctuary and tell Astara what the fumes revealed. I'll meet you there.
What next?
Of course I know where you went, Venom. If I didn't intend for that to happen, you'd be a backpack by now. Tell me what you uncovered.
All evidence points to one conclusion. Lyra is the Black Dragon, and she's working for Primate Artorias.
The Black Dragon was one of us. She knows how we think, how we act. Artorias uses our own weapon against us.
Give me the order, Matron. Let my blade be the one that ends the Black Dragon's life.
Patience, brother. Let me consider the ramifications. Your connection to Lyra could be a boon in this matter, but it could also be a detriment. Ah, here comes our assassin. Back from the wilds of Black Marsh, I see. Come, let's talk. Green Venom Tongue gave me his report on your little jaunt. What you discovered shows how the past sometimes comes back to haunt us. Since this concerns the Primate, Speaker Tyrannus and the Black Hand will determine our next move. Would you prefer punishment to praise, Assassin? Let the Black Hand decide how we navigate these troubled waters. For now, work your contracts, sharpen your skills. The Black Dragon will pay for her transgressions, as will her master, Artorias. Until word comes back from the Black Hand, there's little we can do about Artorias or his Black Dragon. Deal with your contracts until I hear from the Speaker, Assassin.
Yes, Assassin. Yes, praise Sithis. The Black Sacrament has been performed. Before I give you the name, I would like to propose a challenge. Your target waits in Trader's Cove. Fortuitous. Fear is one of the Brotherhood's greatest allies, but we treasure silence as well. The Night Mother's children must be as swift as they are deadly. The Brotherhood is not without mercy. Some of our targets are given a quick and painless death. Others? Well, our kindness has limits. Nalusi Orethi, a dark elf scale catcher. A red guard named Monsashana.
Guard! Intruder! Trespasser!
You wouldn't leave,
I
so
can't believe you
called
did
the
that.
guard.
Guard!
Can't cut corners with the law.
You wouldn't leave, so I called the guard.
They no mind. Just another way.
Clear out before the guard shows up and clears you out.
Since you didn't leave when I asked, I had no choice but to call the guard.
Your victim awaits. I await your report, assassin. Well done. Excellent.
The listener said you would come to me. The listener sent me to deliver the Litany of Blood. I placed it before the Night Mother's shrine. She said the book is meant for the killer who tasted death. While that could refer to anyone in the sanctuary, I believe she intends it for you. A test, perhaps? A message, most certainly. Your brothers and sisters have gazed upon it and seen nothing but blank pages. They found it to be comforting, calming, but totally empty. Perhaps your eyes will see something more. Go and look at the Litany of Blood. If you see nothing, then you aren't the one I supposed you to be. The listener sent me to deliver the Litany of Blood. That's all you need to know, and more than I want to say. As blank as the stare in a dead man's eyes, but go ahead and see for yourself. I'm curious to find out if the listener is right about you, if you can see what's really there. The listener and the 4 speakers make up the Black Hand, the ruling council of the Dark Brotherhood. You might even say she's the leader of the council. The listener hears the words of the Night Mother and whispers them to the speakers. Tell me, assassin, what did you see? So the listener was right. Tell me, what did you see? What a blessing you've received. The Night Mother has chosen you to fulfill the Litany of Blood. Let me ask you this. Did the passages make any sense to you? Of course. The targets must be marked in some way. Easier than I would make it, but who am I to question the listener? It's clear to me that you must decipher the Litany of Blood and kill the targets inscribed on its pages. What else would a book provided by the listener contain? Determine each target and assassinate them. Beyond that, the will of Sithis isn't for you or I to question. Your task won't be easy, but the listener has faith that you will succeed. You've been given a sacred duty. Perform it well and bring honor to the Night Mother and your sanctuary, assassin. Your brothers and sisters would kill to have been chosen for such a task. There are no wrong people. The Dread Father welcomes every soul you send him, aside from your brothers and sisters. Obey the 5 tenets, and you have no fear of invoking the wrath of Sithis. The listener required someone special for this task, but the Black Hand wasn't sure who to assign it to. The Night Mother always provides, though. You can read the litany. I'm sure there are clues among its words. Did you have a brush with death? It would fit, and it would explain your special sight, the reason you can read the litany. The last part is easier to interpret. Make ritual offerings with your sacred blade. The assassin's blade you were given access to when you were initiated. The Blade of Woe. It's a symbol and a sacred instrument, the will of Sithis made manifest. I'm sure the blade will play an important role as you complete the litany.